Have you ever wondered why some women are drawn to certain men, even when those men aren't doing anything obvious? Let me tell you a story. There was this guy, quiet, confident, not flashy at all, but women would always talk about how much they liked being around him. What was his secret? It wasn't something you'd expect, but once you understand it, everything changes. It's one of those subtle things that women won't openly talk about, but absolutely appreciate. So, what is it that makes a man stand out in a way women won't admit? Let's dive in. Understanding the unspoken cues that resonate with women can significantly enhance interpersonal connections. Often, it's the subtle, non-verbal behaviors that leave a lasting impression. The silent power of confidence. What women notice without words. Confidence is a trait that naturally draws attention, and women are particularly perceptive to its nuances. A man who exudes quiet confidence through his posture, eye contact, and composed demeanor can be notably attractive. This form of self-assurance doesn't require grand gestures or verbal affirmations. It's conveyed through presence and actions. For instance, consider the simple act of holding a door open. While it may seem trivial, such courteous behaviors can signal respect and thoughtfulness, qualities that are deeply appreciated. Similarly, offering a genuine smile or maintaining attentive eye contact during a conversation can create a sense of connection and trust. It's important to recognize that these subtle gestures often speak louder than words. Women may not always vocalize their appreciation for these behaviors, but they notice and value them. By being mindful of these non-verbal cues, you can foster more meaningful and respectful interactions. Subtle gestures that make a lasting impression on women. It's easy to think that grand, sweeping actions are what truly capture someone's attention, but in reality, it's often the subtle gestures that leave the deepest impact, especially when it comes to women. A small, thoughtful action can speak volumes about a man's character, leaving a lasting impression that goes far beyond words. These gestures show attention to detail, respect, and a level of thoughtfulness that many women appreciate deeply, even if they don't explicitly mention it. One of the most powerful examples is when a man offers to do something simple, like opening a door or helping someone carry something. While these might seem like trivial acts, they reveal a sense of care and mindfulness. Women notice when a man goes out of his way to be considerate, as it reflects a deeper understanding of empathy and social awareness. This kind of behavior demonstrates that the man is not just thinking about himself, but is attuned to the needs of others, which is an incredibly attractive trait. Another example is the way a man listens during a conversation. Active listening, where a man fully engages, makes eye contact, and responds thoughtfully, creates a connection that words alone cannot. When a woman feels truly heard, it establishes trust and respect, two key components of any meaningful interaction. This kind of listening requires patience, presence, and genuine interest. And while it may seem like a small thing, it's a gesture that leaves a lasting impression. These subtle gestures also reflect confidence in a very quiet and composed way. A man who is comfortable enough to show respect and thoughtfulness without seeking attention or praise displays a level of self-assurance that women find appealing. It's this quiet strength conveyed through actions rather than words that can often make the biggest difference in how a man is perceived. These behaviors may not be flashy, but they are undeniably impactful, creating a sense of calm security and admiration that lingers long after the moment has passed. Why attention to detail sets you apart in women's eyes. In relationships and social interactions, it's often the smallest details that make the biggest difference. Women, in particular, tend to be highly observant of these subtle nuances. The ability to pay attention to detail, especially in how you interact with them and others, can set you apart in ways you may not immediately realize. These details, though seemingly insignificant, can communicate respect, attentiveness, and emotional intelligence, qualities that many women deeply value. For instance, remembering little things like her favorite coffee order or a story she mentioned in passing shows that you are genuinely engaged in your conversations. This level of attentiveness signals that you are not just passively listening, but truly valuing her thoughts and interests. It demonstrates a level of care that goes beyond surface-level interaction, making her feel important and respected. This attention to detail often stands out because it contrasts with the hurried, distracted interactions that many people experience in their daily lives. Another way attention to detail can make a difference is in your awareness of non-verbal cues. Women are often highly attuned to body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. By being mindful of these subtle signals, you can adjust your communication to create a deeper, more meaningful connection. For example, if you notice she's feeling uncomfortable or stressed, acknowledging that and responding with empathy can strengthen your bond. It's not just about what you say, but how you make her feel, and being aware of her emotional state is a crucial part of that. Additionally, attention to detail shows up in how you present yourself. Whether it's the way you dress, your posture, or how you carry yourself in social situations, women often notice these small things. A man who is thoughtful about his appearance and actions demonstrates self-respect and confidence. These traits are attractive because they reflect a man who takes pride in himself and is considerate of how he presents himself to the world. In essence, paying attention to detail creates a lasting impression that speaks volumes about your character. It shows that you care enough to notice the little things, that you value the person in front of you, and that you are thoughtful in how you interact with the world. Women appreciate this kind of attentiveness because it fosters trust, connection, and mutual respect. The ability to notice and respond to details sets you apart from the crowd, making you stand out in a way that goes beyond words and superficial gestures. The unspoken language of attraction. Understanding what women appreciate. Attraction is often thought to be driven by physical appearance or overt actions, but in reality, much of it happens beneath the surface. Women are often drawn to the unspoken signals and behaviors that men display, even if they aren't always aware of them. These subtle cues form a silent language of attraction that speaks louder than words. Understanding this unspoken language can significantly enhance the way you connect with women and make you stand out in ways that are more meaningful than you might expect. One key aspect of this unspoken language is body language. Women are highly intuitive and can pick up on nonverbal signals that reflect confidence, attentiveness, and genuine interest. Simple gestures like maintaining comfortable eye contact, standing with good posture, or leaning slightly forward while listening can communicate that you are fully engaged and confident in yourself. These actions, while subtle, create a sense of presence that draws women in without needing to say much at all. Another element of this language is emotional awareness. Women often appreciate men who can read and respond to their emotional cues without having to explicitly state their feelings. This involves being attuned to changes in tone, facial expressions, or body language. For example, if a woman seems quieter than usual, or her mood shifts, acknowledging her emotions and offering support can strengthen the connection between you. It's this sensitivity to unspoken emotions that makes a man stand out as emotionally intelligent and empathetic, traits that are highly attractive. Additionally, timing plays a crucial role in the unspoken language of attraction. Women appreciate when men know when to speak and when to simply listen. This means understanding that sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Offering someone space to express themselves without interrupting or rushing the conversation shows that you respect their thoughts and feelings. It creates an atmosphere of trust and openness, which is key to building deeper connections. Moreover, how you handle small, everyday situations can also be part of this unspoken language. Acts of kindness, like offering to carry something for her or remembering small details about her preferences, can convey thoughtfulness and care. These actions show that you are paying attention and that you value her, even if they seem like minor gestures. Women notice these things, and they contribute to a sense of being appreciated and understood, which can be a powerful factor in attraction. Ultimately, the unspoken language of attraction is about how you make a woman feel without having to explicitly state your intentions. It's the small, nuanced behaviors that create a sense of safety, trust, and mutual respect. By paying attention to these unspoken cues, you can connect with women on a deeper level and foster relationships that are built on more than just surface-level attraction. Understanding and mastering this language allows you to communicate in ways that words alone cannot, making your presence more magnetic and your interactions more meaningful. Quiet charisma. How simple acts can make you irresistible. Charisma is often associated with extroverted personalities, grand gestures, and commanding a room's attention. However, there's another kind of charisma that is more understated, yet equally powerful: quiet charisma. This type of charisma doesn't require being the loudest or most visible person in the room, but instead, it manifests through subtle, thoughtful actions that leave a deep impression. For many women, it is these small acts of quiet confidence that make a man truly irresistible. One of the key components of quiet charisma is how you carry yourself. Confidence is not about showing off or trying to dominate a conversation, but rather about being comfortable in your own skin. A man who is sure of himself without needing to prove it constantly exudes an allure that others can sense. This can be reflected in something as simple as maintaining good posture, making natural eye contact, or offering a calm and genuine smile. These actions signal self-assuredness without needing to vocalize it, and women often find this quiet strength incredibly attractive. Another important element is how you make others feel. Quiet charisma is not about commanding attention, but about giving attention. For example, when you're engaged in a conversation, truly listening and being present shows that you value the person speaking. Women notice when a man gives his undivided attention, as it reflects a deeper level of respect and interest. By being genuinely curious and considerate in your interactions, you create a space where others feel comfortable and valued. This makes a lasting impact, often far more than words ever could. Quiet acts of kindness also play a role in building this type of charisma. Simple gestures like offering a helping hand, remembering small details, or showing empathy in moments of vulnerability can be powerful. These actions demonstrate that you are attentive and thoughtful, qualities that women deeply appreciate. It's these moments where you show you care without needing recognition or validation that make you stand out. Women often remember these quiet acts of kindness long after they happen because they resonate on an emotional level. Furthermore, quiet charisma involves knowing when not to speak. Silence, used effectively, can be just as charismatic as words. Knowing when to hold back, listen, or simply share a moment of quiet with someone shows confidence in your ability to communicate without needing constant verbal interaction. This creates an aura of mystery and intrigue, as it suggests that you are confident in who you are and don't feel the need to fill every moment with noise. This restraint can be incredibly appealing, as it invites curiosity and makes others want to engage more deeply with you. Ultimately, quiet charisma is about being thoughtful, confident, and kind in ways that are subtle yet powerful. It's the ability to connect with people on a deeper level without needing to be the center of attention. Women often find this type of charisma irresistible because it reflects genuine confidence and emotional intelligence. By focusing on how you carry yourself, how you make others feel, and the small acts of kindness you offer, you can cultivate a presence that leaves a lasting impression, one that is built not on words, but on actions that speak louder. Actions speak louder, traits women value but won't tell you. In many relationships and interactions, the actions a person takes are far more impactful than anything they might say. This is especially true when it comes to what women value in men. While compliments and words of affirmation are certainly appreciated, it's often the consistent, thoughtful actions that truly make a lasting impression. These actions reflect deeper traits like dependability, kindness, and respect, which women notice and value even if they don't always vocalize it. One key trait that stands out is reliability. A man who keeps his word and follows through on his promises demonstrates that he is dependable. Whether it's showing up on time, sticking to plans, or being there in moments of need, reliability is a trait that builds trust. Women often value this dependability because it shows that they can count on the person, which creates a sense of security in the relationship. It's these actions, small but consistent, that speak to a man's character far more than any grand gesture or declaration of affection. Kindness is another action-based trait that women deeply appreciate. Acts of kindness, whether toward her, friends, family, or even strangers, reveal a man's true nature. These actions don't have to be extravagant. They can be as simple as holding the door open, offering a helping hand, or showing empathy in a difficult situation. Women notice when a man treats others with respect and compassion, as it reflects his values and how he might treat her in a relationship. It's the kindness shown in everyday moments that often leaves the biggest impact. Respect, demonstrated through actions, is also crucial. Women value men who show respect not only through their words, but through how they behave. This can be reflected in how a man listens during conversations, how he handles disagreements, or how he respects her boundaries and opinions. It's easy to say that you respect someone, but it's another thing entirely to show it through your actions. Women pay attention to these small but important behaviors, and they often feel more valued and understood when respect is shown through deeds rather than just words. Moreover, a man's ability to handle difficult situations with calm and composure is another action-based trait that women appreciate. Life is full of challenges, and how a man responds to stress or adversity can reveal a lot about his character. Women often value men who can stay grounded and handle tough situations with a level-headed approach. This trait not only creates a sense of stability, but also fosters trust, as it shows that the man is capable of managing life's ups and downs without being reactive or impulsive. Ultimately, women value these traits because they go beyond surface-level attraction. While physical appearance and charm may initially draw someone in, it's the actions that reveal a person's true nature and create lasting connections. Women may not always articulate these values directly, but they notice when a man consistently demonstrates reliability, kindness, respect, and composure. These are the actions that build trust, foster emotional security, and deepen relationships, making them far more meaningful than any words could. Mastering the art of subtlety, how to win her over without flashiness. In a world where boldness and overt displays of confidence are often celebrated, there is something uniquely powerful about mastering the art of subtlety. Women, in particular, are often more impressed by subtle, thoughtful gestures than by loud, flashy attempts to get their attention. Winning someone over doesn't require grand declarations or extravagant actions. It often comes down to the little things that quietly convey respect, care, and understanding. One of the most important elements of subtlety is knowing when to step back and let your actions do the talking. Instead of trying to impress a woman with big, showy moves, consider how small, thoughtful gestures can make a greater impact. Offering a genuine compliment, listening carefully to what she has to say, or remembering something she mentioned in passing can all show that you're paying attention and that you value her as a person. These seemingly small actions often carry far more weight than any grand performance. Another key aspect of subtlety is maintaining a calm, confident demeanor without being overbearing. Women often appreciate men who are sure of themselves but don't feel the need to constantly prove it. This kind of quiet confidence is communicated through body language, tone of voice, and the way you handle yourself in various situations. For example, maintaining eye contact, offering a relaxed smile, or simply being present and engaged in a conversation can create a sense of connection that doesn't rely on words. Women notice these unspoken cues, and they can be far more persuasive than any loud declaration of interest. Being attuned to her needs and emotions without making it a big deal is another powerful way to practice subtlety. If you notice that she's had a long day, offering support without making a spectacle out of it, like suggesting a relaxing evening or simply being there to listen, can demonstrate that you understand her feelings. Subtlety, in this sense, is about being emotionally intelligent enough to respond to her needs in a way that feels natural and unforced. Women value this kind of sensitivity as it shows that you care without expecting anything in return. Subtlety also plays a role in creating intrigue and leaving room for mystery. When you aren't constantly trying to reveal everything about yourself or demand her attention, you allow space for curiosity to build. This doesn't mean playing games or being aloof, but rather giving her the chance to discover more about you over time. Women often find it attractive when a man doesn't feel the need to dominate the conversation or be the center of attention, as it leaves room for a more organic connection to develop. This kind of restraint can be incredibly appealing because it suggests confidence in who you are without the need for validation. In the end, mastering the art of subtlety is about understanding that less is often more. Instead of relying on big gestures or loud proclamations, subtle actions can create deeper, more meaningful connections. Women are highly perceptive to these nuances, and they often appreciate men who can win them over with quiet confidence, emotional intelligence, and thoughtful gestures. By focusing on the little things and letting your actions speak for themselves, you can create a lasting impression that goes far beyond words or flashy displays. As we've explored today, it's often the subtle, thoughtful actions that leave the greatest impact. Winning someone's attention or affection doesn't require grand gestures. It's about being present, considerate, and emotionally attuned. By focusing on these small, meaningful ways of connecting, you can foster deeper, more genuine relationships. Remember, it's not always about what you say, but how you make others feel through your actions. So, take what you've learned here and start applying it in your daily interactions. You'll be surprised by the difference it can make.